Okay, hi guys, dinokang again. So today I'll be talking about how Chinese New Year is around the corner, and how to actually watch your weight during Chinese New Year lah, like how to actually siam all those unnecessary calories. And also, as you have noticed, I have gotten a mic so that hopefully you guys can hear me better. Okay, so if you haven't actually watched my previous video on how a caloric deficit is the only real way to lose weight, right? Please go and watch it before this one, so that catch up, so that you know what I'm talking about when I speak about a deficit lah, and why the calories actually matter. Okay, so first off, and do remember to subscribe and like this video, and yeah, you know the drill. Okay, so first off, let's start why you should even bother with what I'm telling you regarding Chinese New Year. Like Chinese New Year, hey, it's time to enjoy. I should just enjoy. Stop telling me to not eat. Okay, well, most of you would actually agree that the circuit breaker in Singapore, the lockdown in April last year in 2020, has actually caused many people to gain weight lah. Okay, because you simply move less compared to before, and staying at home all day would just mean that your mouth gets itchy more often, and your favorite snacks are just there within an arm's reach right in front of you. Okay, so Christmas and New Year have also created another spike in many people's weight. Okay, just recently last month. Why this is a concern is because when your weight actually goes up seasonally, like that, it doesn't actually go back down, because there's never a season to lose weight, right? Like Christmas, let's say your weight is 80, Christmas, New Year 82, then Chinese New Year 83, then the next Christmas 85. Like it just keeps going up. There's never like a period or a festival for you to, okay, we drop 2 kg this festival, we drop 2 kg this occasion, right? So that is actually why this is a concern, right? Because all of this, if it remains constant over 10 years, this is how people end up being really obese 10 years later, and they have no idea, where did all this weight come from. It's like every year 1 kg at Christmas, 1 kg at New Year, and so on. Okay, which is why I'm here trying to obviously that obesity is an issue, but that's a whole other topic for another time. But yeah, that's why you should really bother with what you are eating lah. You should really watch what you are eating, especially during Chinese New Year. Okay, because after all, it's a big Chinese festival whereby you are supposed to be as prosperous as possible, and eating as much as you want and enjoying yourself lah. Like yeah. Okay, so next up, the I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the cost of your indulgence, meaning to say what does it cost you to actually just eat. Okay, like just eat only what? It's just eating one pineapple tart. It's just eating a bit of snacks. Once a year. A little bit. Occasionally. Once in a while. That's a lot of the resistance I get when I tell people, hey, you actually don't need to eat. Why are you eating so much? Okay, so it's Chinese New Year. Of course, you're going to end up eating a little bit more junk here and there as you visit your relatives and friends, because you need to put out your snacks for your guests. And when you visit, it's considered rude in the Chinese custom to not eat at all, or like everything your host offers you, then you say no, cannot, I'm on a diet. It's very rude lah. Okay, so I'm going to sort of like tell you why you should care, or rather you should try to minimize what you can. Okay, and these are the things that you can actually do to prevent, or rather minimize, the weight that you gain lah. Okay, it's more like damage control really, because you are going to have to enjoy a little bit and patronize a little bit. Okay, so it's my job to remind you guys that every piece of snack that you put in your mouth, there is a cost to it lah. Okay, let's say we use pineapple tart, one of the worst snacks. Okay, one pineapple tart is 80 to 100 calories. Okay, and you finish it in like 2 or 3 bites. Some people just eat one in one bite, then they just let it melt in the mouth. Oh, very nice, 100 calories right there. Okay, the main reason why it's so high and so dense in calories is because, well, the base ingredient is butter. It's really the number one ingredient, and that is just really just an appetizing name for animal fat. You are literally just eating fat with a little bit of sugar inside. It doesn't matter whether it's real butter or real pineapple. It doesn't matter. It's equally bad for you. Doesn't matter whether it's fake pineapple syrup inside or margarine made. Doesn't matter. It's equally bad for you when you're talking about fat loss. It's very, very bad. Okay, let's do a very simple cost to benefit analysis lah. Okay, monetarily, it's $1 a piece. Okay, about 15 bucks a container of maybe 15, 16. That's not very cheap. So 2 bites, $1. So number one, first point, not very cheap. The physical cost, as you guys know or may not know, to lose 1 kg of body fat, it's about 7,700 calories of a deficit. Okay, so I did the math for you. If you are eating an average of one piece about 90 calories, you are gaining 12 grams of fat, 11.6 to be exact. Okay, so that 12 grams of fat is going to take more than 1 km of running to offset in 2 or 3 bites. So, dude, that's a lot of running for 20 seconds of the benefit of it tasting good. Like 20 seconds of enjoying that buttery taste, you know, you're putting on 12 grams of fat unless you go and run 1 km plus. Like, how is that worth it? It's really not, especially if you're looking to lose weight. You're on a journey to lose weight, dude, these snacks will really hinder your progress. Not to mention the psychological stress and guilt after, you know, being forced into eating the snacks that you're offered. Okay, so like I talked a bit about eating disorders in my previous video, which is, you know, it can be triggered by things like that, whereby it's not your fault. People are freaking just offering you food. It's rude to say no. Your family members are pressuring you. You tell them you're trying to lose weight and everybody just tells you, oh, you're fine, you don't need to lose weight, you look great, you don't need to lose weight. But deep down you know, shit, I gotta lose weight. I have too much fat. And yeah, so it's a snowball effect. You see what I mean? Okay, same thing. Go and watch my previous video on eating disorders and why it's actually a big deal in today's world lah. Okay, so yeah, even if you were to just try a piece of everything, right? 3 or 4 pieces of snack, maybe 1 pineapple tart here, 1 kueh lapis there, 1 bak kwa here, 1 shrimp roll, 2 shrimp roll here. It's gonna be like extra 1 or 2 bowls of rice at one house. Compound that, like that's really how easy it is to overeat when you're just snacking mindlessly. Okay, so my next point is enjoying Chinese New Year doesn't mean that you have to get fat. Okay, you can look at me after Chinese New Year. I'm going to be more or less the same rippedness or even leaner because I will be watching what I'm eating. Okay, I practice what I practice what I preach. Yeah. Okay, so that being said, right, there are many ways to make Chinese New Year more meaningful, right? Yeah, good food brings people together, but there's definitely more to Chinese New Year than the damn snacks. Okay, especially if someone is already obese and they are trying to lose weight and you're just shoving kueh lapis in their faces, 200 calories a slice. Hey, this one very nice one, this brand very nice, this brand must try. I go and queue very long to buy for you, you must try. Don't be that person. It's really doing more harm than good, especially if that person is trying to lose weight. It's really, don't be an... Okay, with this whole COVID situation going on, right, we realize just how important our health is. And being obese or making someone fatter is really not healthy, directly affecting your immune system lah. So the health aspect aside, we gotta stop this Asian force feeding culture whereby eating is good, eating more is better, eating until you cannot eat is the best. Stop that nonsense. Use this Chinese New Year to talk about, current affairs, play some mahjong, find out about each other's lives during this COVID period. How are they doing? Are they still employed? How's their job doing? Like, use this time to mingle, connect with each other, or play mahjong, gamble, play poker, whatever, man. Like, you don't have to spend the time snacking every minute. Okay, spend those calories that you save on the snacks, spend it on your actual meals, like your steamboat dinner, your reunion dinners, or any family gathering lunch or whatever. Okay, that brings me to my next point. What are the best and worst foods to have? Okay, so we've got two parts lah. One is obviously the snacks. Okay, I've actually made I've made an Instagram post, so do check it out. Let me show you. Okay, where's my post? Okay, so it's actually this post lah. Okay, it's actually this post. Okay, so it's basically like showing you what that one is for snacks only. Okay, this list is for snacks only. Okay, so go and check it out if you haven't already. Okay, the next one will be on the steamboat ingredients, which I will be doing up the post by this week. Okay, so stay tuned and watch my Instagram space. Okay, back to so what are the best snacks? Okay, most of the snacks are really just not healthy. Like my post there is quite self-explanatory. Like you can see this picture, you know that this food is considered good, bad, terrible, or very terrible. Okay, so why there is no A tier is because there really is nothing that deserves that spot, because the S tier is like the really healthy, really low calorie stuff. B is really quite bad. So like there's quite a big gap. Okay, so go check that post out. There's no sugar coating it. Most of the snacks are really bad. It's just crap nutrition and very dense in calories. Okay, it's everything you want to stay away if you are watching your weight. Those are not good snacks at all. Okay, so for the sake of this video, I'm going to name the 3 best snacks and the 3 best steamboat ingredients, and also the worst 3 for each. Okay, so the best snacks, I think you can figure from my tier list, right? The best would be pomelo or orange. Basically, they are fruits. They are very low in calorie. You can snack on them as much as you want. Oranges, pomelo, go crazy. Okay. Next, so number 1, first place will be pomelo or oranges. Second place will be diet sodas. Okay, I'm not saying that diet sodas are healthy. I'm saying that they are the second best snack. If you have to eat something, drink some Coke Zero, drink some 100 plus Zero, to pass the time, to socialize, at least you're not adding calories. I'm by no means saying that diet sodas are healthy, but I'm also telling you that it's better than sugared beverages. For sure, better than drinking Coke, better than drinking green tea with sugar or whatever. Okay, so diet sodas, you can also drink ayataka. It's also equally good. So refer to my Instagram post for that. Okay, so the third best snack, I would say it's a tie between sliced bakwa or kueh bangkit, whichever you prefer. Because these two are, they are not healthy, but they are healthier compared to the other snacks. Because the main difference is, bakwa, the sliced one is actually pretty high in protein if you try and wipe off a little bit. So it's protein with sugar. It's basically dried meat with sugar. Okay, not too bad, at least it's real meat. Okay, kueh bangkit. Why kueh bangkit among all the cookies? The big difference is that kueh bangkit doesn't have butter. Okay, kueh bangkit doesn't have butter, so they use like tapioca flour. So it's mainly starchy. It's not oily, so it reduces the calories by quite a bit compared to pineapple tarts, compared to any kind of cookie. Okay, so moving on to the worst snacks. Pineapple tart, number 1. Okay, it's terrible. Number 1 is pineapple tart. Okay, like I said, 2 or 3 bites, it's done. 20 seconds. It's not even a minute on the lips. Okay, it's 20 seconds of tasting the butter, and it goes down, and it's 100 calories right there. Okay, and who stops at 1 pineapple tart? No. Okay, number 1, don't eat pineapple tarts. Number 2, kueh lapis. So kueh lapis, it's so oily. A normal slice, let's say this size, like a normal small slice, can be as much as 200 calories, 150 to 200 calories for really small slice. If you cut it slightly bigger, can be 200-300 calories. It's really that ridiculous because it's so dense. There's a reason it tastes so fragrant, because it's damn oily. Okay, third, basically any butter cookie, like suji cookie, macadamia nut cookie, almond nut cookie. Don't give me that crap that almond is good, cashew is good. they put the cashew on the cookie is good. Dude, it's terrible. It's terrible. Don't even snack on nuts. So like I said, the snacks are really, really quite bad. That's dude, it's just bad. Just don't snack on it. Unless you want to gain weight. If you want to gain weight, eat all the pineapple tarts you want. Okay, get a heart attack, not my problem. Okay, next we'll move on to the steamboat. Like I said, I'll be posting the steamboat post sometime later this week. Yeah, so the best steamboat ingredients, right? By the way, thank you guys for writing in all your suggestions. I read all your replies, and basically that's where I get most of my ideas from, because I'm not a big fan of steamboat or Chinese New Year snacks. So apart from Googling, hearing from you guys is actually where I get my ideas and my content to know what to talk about lah. Okay, so like I got a lot of input, so I'll be using that into my upcoming post for my steamboat one. Okay, so I'll make it nice for you guys as well. Okay, so the best steamboat ingredient I can tell you now is basically any fresh seafood. What I mean by fresh would be, the actual seafood. Means, let's say fish, sliced fish, not fish ball. Sliced fish, fish maw, sea cucumber, abalone, scallop, prawn, shrimp. Yeah, you get the point. Any seafood, okay? Because they're really, really high in protein. Yeah, it tastes good, right? Like it's really the best of both worlds. Okay, so any fresh seafood, eat all you want. Okay, it's gonna be good for you anyway. The second best steamboat ingredient actually is more or less tied for first place is your leafy greens. Okay, so your leafy greens, your Chinese cabbage, your kailan, whatever. Okay, just eat your greens. Mushrooms are fine too. So enoki, shiitake, right? Yeah, any mushrooms is fine as well. Okay, so the third ingredient in third place will be tofu. So tofu is like, okay, it's just soy, but it's not as bad as the others that I'm gonna name lah. So tofu is not bad. Tofu, the silken one or the braised one. Okay, not tau pok. Tau pok is like usually pre-fried. Okay, so it's like oilier, and definitely not cheese tofu. Okay, big difference. Okay, tofu is okay. So the three I name again: any seafood, any leafy greens or mushroom, and tofu. Okay, like the smooth tofu. Okay, so obviously the worst steamboat ingredients. Number one is really, it's not that it's terrible, but it's a waste of space, waste of calories. Fishball. Fishball is not fish. Fishball is fish plus starch plus other nonsense processed into a shape of a ball. Have you seen a fish in the shape of a ball? No. Fish in the shape of a ball? No. Okay, so fishball is like quite trashy lah. Okay, surprisingly, meatball is better. Like the pork meatball, the very hard one, is better because it's slightly leaner. Still processed, but slightly better than fishball. Sotong ball, also like fishball. Okay, so the harder the ball, the leaner lah, kind of. Okay, but fishball quite bad. Any ball quite bad. Next one, number two. Okay, number two would be pork belly. Pork belly or cheese tofu. Basically, the calories much higher than you think. Okay, the pork belly meaning to say that pork meat, right, has a lot of white parts. The whiter it is, the fattier it is. If it's purely red, that's like the pork collar or something. Yeah, it's lean. Okay, it's pretty good. Just put it in. Okay, if it's like mostly white, please don't eat the fat part. It's just fat. Why are you eating so much fat? You don't need that. Okay, have more fish. Have more veggies. Next, the cheese tofu. Cheese tofu is terrible. Cheese tofu is terrible. Okay, so cheese tofu basically is like egg tofu or normal tofu with cheese inside. What do you think the cheese is? Mostly fat. Okay, that creamy taste that you're tasting is fat. Okay, yeah. Okay, the third, probably the worst ingredient, but not exactly an ingredient, is the soup base. Mala soup base is the worst. If your soup has a thick layer of red oil on top, hello, like it's terrible. Okay, I don't need to tell you it's terrible. So there you have it. The worst three ingredients: fishball, any kind of ball, cheese tofu and pork belly, the mala soup base with the thick red oil on top. Okay? Okay, so all in all, right, a key takeaway for you guys watching this will be that, of course, you can enjoy Chinese New Year, and seriously, you should. You should enjoy Chinese New Year because it's once a year, but don't snack on things that you don't need, justifying that, oh, it's once a year. No, even if it's once a year, it's not a good reason to waste your calories and gain unnecessary weight. Okay, you can gain weight when you intend to gain weight. You can lose weight when you intend to lose weight. Don't waste it. You get what I mean? That, like, don't. Why are you eating like so much when you don't actually need it? Okay, when just because it's there. Okay, because it's not worth it. Like I mentioned just now, there's a cost to it. It's not free. Okay, there's a cost to snacking on nonsense, and the cost is you are bearing it with your health, with your money. It's not cheap as well, man. Okay, all the cookies is damn expensive, and you are taxing your health more, and you are making people fat. Like, why? Okay, there's a better way to do it, is what I'm saying. All right, there's a better way to be polite. There's a better way to socialize. Okay, there are more meanings to Chinese New Year than just snacking. Spend more calories on the actual meals. Okay, it's a lot more nutritious, a lot more filling, and fewer calories. Right, at the end of the day, it's a win-win. You can enjoy your steamboat with your family and eat all the healthy things. You can eat a lot, like vegetables, eat as much as you want. Fish, all the sliced fish, abalone, eat as much as you want. Scallop, as much as you want. Go for it. Really better than snacking on pineapple tart, damn it. Okay, actually that's all I have for you today. Yeah, do give this video a like and subscribe and hit the bell button. And that's it. So stay tuned for my Chinese New Year steamboat post coming up this week. And see you.